Hello, this is Hell Jackie back with another new SimCity 4 video commentary, all that stuff. This is my region, and I've done quite a lot of work since I've done a commentary last, most notably in this section of the region. So this you could kind of say is the southeast section of the urbanized part of my Ring of Fire mega region. You'll see here, this is Oak Ridges, the city that I did that Building a City from Scratch series on. It is almost completely surrounded now with other development. On each side there's a tile, but there's still some in the corners that needs to be worked in, so that's still pretty close. The cities that I have almost ready to go are, it's called Kippur Park. There's Oakwoods, which has been almost completely developed. The city of Carpenter, Slayton Shores, and Slayton. So there's 4 city tiles that have got all the components that they need to start developing. I just haven't hit the play button on them, so you'll see what I mean once I hit the transportation view. Right now they look pretty barren, right? There's some landmarks, some infrastructure, things that you can see. But lots of trees, lots of open spaces, and watch what happens when I hit transportation view. This looks just as urbanized as the rest of the mega region. You'll see all zones, roads, highways, rail lines, bullet train lines. There's also some seaports and ferry routes, light rail. Yeah, all that good stuff. So they basically extend all the way to the edge of the mountain here in Kippur Park. So there's kind of a fine line between what's developed and what isn't. Oakwoods is basically all around the riverside. The city of Carpenter is almost completely water-free, except for a small little section here. So this is going to be a big bedroom community in my my region. You can see it's connections to a couple major highways and stuff here. Slayton Shores is going to be along this this large strait that I call the Slayton Strait. Don't ask me where I get a lot of these names, but the word Slayton that you see here a lot is actually from I think his name is Deke Slayton, one of the original Friendship 7 astronauts. Carpenter was another one. You'll see some stuff where I get some inspiration, but some of them are just completely made up. Some of them have some backstory, but yeah, so you'll see all this is done here, and then once you cross over, there's really not much over here. Like it looks pretty deserted in region view for the transport. There's still a lot more going on over there. Another quick region tour while I'm here. I'll just stay on transportation view, I guess. So up here is the Great Basin farming and town that's been developed up here. The Laffield Plateau, which is another section, and then the Frappe high elevation mountain towns and stuff up here. So that's as far as I've really gone with urban development in the region. Go back to satellite view. They're all connected. There's a major highway and rail line. There's some airports and stuff. So it's all connected. This is all one large expanse of a region. And I've done a lot of work with train and modifications, planting a lot of trees, doing a lot of modifications to the original Ring of Fire region. So if you download that region, it won't look like mine because I've obviously excessively terraformed quite a lot of spaces. So while I'm in region view, yeah, I'll go up here. The main cities of the mega region are up here. I'm still working on a port up here. I've got a lot of the infrastructure in place now, except for the actual port itself. So if I go to transport view, you can see there's highways, there's rail connections, but I haven't really ever built a good port in my SimCity 4 career. So that might be something that I'll tackle one day, but I've really been putting it off in the hopes of doing a kind of a more natural expansion of the region, kind of along the edges of the heavily forested and mountainous areas here. What else? What else? If I go over here, you'll see the original Greater Terran region up here. It's kind of connected. I connected these two together. So this Ring of Fire region is a major just combination is the word I'm looking for. Combination of all the little regions that I've built in the past. They've all kind of just been merged together here, and I've been working on this region since 2014, so it's been 5 years since a lot of this has come. And it doesn't look like a lot of work for 5 years, but these big cities here are really dense, and they took a lot of time to make. So, and I'm always continuously upgrading and expanding things inside the city. It's not a one and done project. I'm always working on refitting, upgrading, blah blah blah. So, one last thing before I go into the city of Kippur Park. I don't know if I'll make this into separate videos or not, but these cities here are almost completely medium density zoned compared to the big cities up here. Just to provide some kind of a contrast, and maybe as I continue to expand down here, I'll get into some lower density suburban development and whatnot. But because of that, there's a lack of subway lines. There is some subway and rapid transit infrastructure, but it's mostly just bus routes and relying on the big roads and stuff to get people places where they need to go. So that might be something that I will be developing as there are congestion spots that need to be worked out, right? I might be widening some roads and stuff. So let's go into Kippur Park. This is the smallest of them, and see how this should load pretty quickly. I am working off 2 solid-state hard drives right now, one to record on and one to put the game on, to try and keep the frame rates and all that crap consistent. But once I get down to the city level, the frame rate in SimCity 4, no matter what your computer, will kind of go to just... It's unreliable is what I'll say. So you've seen some of my UDrive videos and stuff where the frame rate just goes to complete crap. Even though the taxing on my computer is pretty low, right? Like, the CPU is only be at like 30% use, RAM's only at 20% use, and yet the game is just struggling to work. And I mean, that's what we get with the game from 2003 that's trying to work on a newer operating system with new technology and all that, because it was made for the single-core Pentium 4 processor way back in those days. One core to do all your work rather than a whole bunch of smaller ones. I'm just putting on the classic SimCity 4 music. I really like the reach and view stuff. It's always a good go-to. Hopefully it won't get copyrighted. Everything seems to get copyrighted these days on YouTube, but if I don't get paid for this crap, I don't really care. I'll never ask for money or anything. This is just something I do in my spare time. So you can see in the tile, while it's loading, a couple major highway connections here. There's also a huge rail junction here, which kind of connects the urban to suburban areas, and some more flat land here. There's some industrial sections up here, and then a nice trail that kind of runs along the what I call the edge of the world road. So you'll see all that coming up. And yeah, I thought with the solid state these things would load pretty quickly, but I guess they still take time. Just seems longer when I'm loading something and waiting. Okay, so here we go. Just as I was about to complain. So most of the roads, as you can see here, have turning lanes. Not all of them, but either that's just me being lazy or not, but I put in a lot of work to get the turning lanes and stuff done. Let's start in one corner of the city and work our way over. So over here is just a major section. Everything kind of north of this rail line is dense residential, and that's because there's still subway infrastructure here that you can see that'll support it. But this subway, that's the end of the line. Everything south is not supported currently. So here you'll see just that major rail junction I was talking about. There's a station here to try and provide some major connections to the urban sections of the region with the more rural areas. This big loop-de-loop, just to make it look kind of neat and use some space. This is the edge of the world road. I'll show this all now before I press play, right? But I will be pressing play in this video, don't worry, as long as the game doesn't crash. But I thought it would be fun to showcase the city a bit before I hit play. As you can see, this road is still pretty congested, even though there's no development. Where the heck are all these cars going? I don't know. It doesn't show the traffic patterns yet. And this rail line as well, that might need to be twinned at some point. There's already almost 20,000 people using it. Where the heck is everyone going? I think they're just using this as maybe a bypass of the heavily congested roads in the developed part of the region. But yeah, this is the start of the, let's just get rid of this, of that edge of the world multi-use path. I thought it'd just be fun to have something at the end, basically society, not society. And yeah, the diagonal patterns give me some weird zoning, so some of this might not be fully connected too well. Like something here that develops that's going to be only one tile wide, you're going to get that no road zot for the other ones. So this is going to be, you're going to see a lot of no job, no car zots in the first bit of the playthrough, and that's just kind of what happens when I work on these kind of grid networks that are anything but grids. They're just kind of splattered all over the place. I do the best that I can to fill them in. There's some one-way roads here that I guess converge as the road turns, and you can see just bus stops. There's just medium density everywhere for the most part. And then there's an interchange here with that major north-south highway. I've got names for all these highways. I won't get into it though. So let's just follow that edge of the road a little bit further in before it becomes a bit more inside the city. You got a wide boy road here, the 3-lane TLA or AV6. At this point, I'm just kind of playing the game for fun. I've always played the game for fun, but you can kind of see how I'm trying to blend development at the end of the start of the wilderness, as you would say. Some industrial use here, water treatment, some other infrastructure. I try to put the bus stops in a kind of outside the main grid sections, I guess, like in the corners. Try and get rid of that spots. I could put, download some of those road top mass transit, put a bus stop around the road, but I still play it the regular way. Oh, I spot an error with the turn lanes. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So there's still some work to be done here. Nothing exorbitant, but I mean, I may as well just do this quick correction because it looks really bad right now. I don't spot a lot of this stuff until I get in this late. No, I don't want that one. These prefab turn lane pieces make things so much easier. That's the one I want. But I'm not using prefab this time. I'm actually going to put in a proper turn lane. Let's just give it one lane there, and then here I'll make it nice and wide. And then all you got to really do is just click and drag through them. And yeah, that looks a lot better. So already I'm making some inroads. And just keep following this a bit. And that's the kind of the end of the line. Over here you'll see another highway. This is kind of a bypass highway that was made to try and relieve some of the urban highways, as well as support all this growth. So this one just kind of goes east-west, away from all kinds of development. But you can see it's already got a lot of use here from people who just want to avoid the rush. Major interchange here. And here it just kind of leaves the city. There's a railway thing here, and that's pretty much it. There's not really not much else that's in this wilderness area. The train's too steep, and I didn't want to put farms and stuff. I want to have it like protected as kind of like a natural buffer area. Let's just follow the highway, I guess, into the city. So we talked about this interchange, and there's another major interchange here. Here the highway becomes elevated, so I've taken advantage of that and kind of put the off-ramps, kind of a tiered, I don't know what the word you would call it. Yeah, it's separate, right? Like there's not two separate exits for this. It's just one that branches to the two. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but you kind of see what I mean. It's just tiered or whatever. I'm already spotting another zoning problem. Like I said, there'll be a bunch here. Well, I start to develop and whatnot. So this is high density here, looks like. This city has the most high density of... Oh, no, that's just medium. This city has the most high density of the 4 that I've been working on. And then there's a... Yeah, the elevated highway just goes over another rail junction here. Before doing a half interchange and leaving along the rail corridor. This is kind of a last bit of dense residential, the edge of the city. Runs along the edge of the rail line. Not a whole lot going on here. But there is some infrastructure that I did put in. I don't know if I need another police station. Those things cover a lot. On this side, again, the very edge of the dense development. The big road here. And some commercial along the edge of the railway tracks. There's a station. And geez, the train volume keeps going up. Almost 25,000 users there already. I don't like to go straight grid. I like to break it up a little bit, so this is kind of gritty for me. I like to have a grid because it's just easy to zone, but it gets a little boring. So I try to break it up, have different kind of parcels of land, and do what I can. But most of this is a bedroom community. So let me give this a quick save since I've made some adjustments, and then see if I can zoom out before I start the development. Add a little bit more trees here. Happy little trees. Just like Bob Ross would say. So yeah, let's give this just a quick save, because once I hit play, there's really no turning back. I'm just gonna change these data views. And what's my tax rate at? Did I do any adjustments to tax? No, so of course you know I cheat. So I'm gonna make the tax pretty damn low for now. No, not 900%. And let's make that 0. So I'm not going to make too much money. I don't know, maybe get this 5%. So I'm not running huge deficits. I want to encourage development to come through. And save. Then I'll do a zoom out to show you the city in its zoned form one last time. And I'll hit the play button. See what gets developed first. Kind of go from there. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. Hopefully the music isn't too loud over the sound of my voice. Hopefully I sound okay. Do hope you enjoy it. Okay, the saves are pretty quick. There's always a fear for the game crashing though, so I want to make sure that that's mitigated. That'll break the recording. You can kind of see there's still quite a lot of buses and stuff using this. Did I forget to put a police station? Oh no, there is one there. So these are all kind of like in separate sections. You have like the highways, the edge of development, the rails, kind of like big different zones. Not too much industrial, but they are there. Do one more zoom out, and then I'll hit the play button. Ah! Don't worry about my desktop. I'm sorry, it's so annoying. Boo. Well, I guess I can't zoom out that far while recording. Well, this loads. Let's put back on. Set it to the highest priority in my system. That probably doesn't do too much for the stability. And let's trigger it when it loads. So how you doing? I'm just doing a recording locally. I thought about maybe doing a live stream for this, but I don't know if there's too much attention on Twitch, and then I'd have to have like a live chat to interact with. Sometimes it's kind of nice to have a live interaction. Maybe one day I'll do it again. But it's been a while. Come on, let's go. The game still takes a little bit to load, but it's coming. Come on. trigger. It's taken on a new word, new meaning in this this generation. Being triggered. Hashtag triggered. Some good memes. There's a good SimCity meme I saw recently too. Is somebody like used the Grand Theft Auto logo and changed it to Grand Theft Auto SimCity. Or like I almost do it sometimes with the you drive it modes, right? Or you can just drive around and almost hit, like you can hit other cars. You can't hit people. It's nearly not that that good. But imagine having a SimCity-like game with all the mechanics of Grand Theft Auto. So you could build the environment that you could wreak havoc in. So let's say you don't like the airport in Los Santos in Grand Theft Auto 5. Well, in Grand Theft Auto SimCity, you could make your own airport. Make it a lot bigger, make it more realistic, make it crazy, I don't know. Just make like a 50-lane highway that you can just have, 500 cops chase you down if you want. I don't know. The world is your oyster in that game. I don't even know where that term came from. The world is your oyster? Oysters are kind of sandy and chalky and really not a whole lot in there either. It's a lot of work for a little bit of food. I'm really not that into that kind of stuff. Some people love it. Either in a tin or right off the shell. Why am I talking about oysters in a SimCity playthrough? This is what you get when you listen to me just ramble on with some crazy commentary. I gotta make sure that I'm in the mood for a gameplay like this so that I'm not talking about random things that are uninteresting. I want to talk about random things that are interesting and relevant to the game and, I don't know, whatever else is going on. People have been asking me about Skylines too. I've tried loading some of the cities that I used to play, and I don't know what the heck is happening, but it's like there's a water shortage, everything's polluted, and everybody moves away from these cities that I haven't loaded in a couple of years. Alright, I'm just gonna hit play now. Maybe go real fast for a little bit. Okay, maybe not that fast. Just see where the construction starts, because I know that's a good part where everybody likes to see some of the action start. So I think I'm safe to do one zoom out. Any more than that, it might... Oh, no. Okay. And obviously, you're already seeing some present boxes. I'm sorry about that. I thought I got rid of most of these, but they still pop up, especially when I'm downloading new stuff. So what I do is I just have a trusty old pen and paper here. Yeah, I still jot notes down that way. I could make a notepad of it, but I'm just going to write down that this building, I either need to delete it or find all the dependencies. So it's A-Z-A-L-E-A building. And so for the meantime, I'll just delete that. If I see that any more of them come up, no, I'll want to get rid of it. So most of the construction when you start a new city is always kind of by the really yes in my backyard YIMBY section. So people really like to do development next to the forested areas here, just because they help absorb air pollution. It's a nice little prop, get things done. And right here, they've already got a zoning problem, right? Only one of these car lots is connected. So I gotta rezone this. So this is gonna be a problem as I continue to work things out here. Usually commercial zoning starts first as well. The residential usually takes a couple months to start. It's always kind of been that way, even though the demand for residential is the highest right now. That's interesting too. I only have a tax rate of 5%, and yet the offices hate me. I think maybe I just have to get some kind of demand coming through. And then this dirty industry, I might have to delete a little bit until the tax rate kicks in, because when you set a tax rate, it takes like a couple months for it to really catch on. So I'll just delete this for now. What the heck is going on over here? Okay, that was weird. Some kind of a glitch. No! No! Ah! Ah! I don't know if I want to keep this recording. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's when I'm doing a lot of zooms, so I'm just... When I do one more, I'll just keep this going for now. I won't do as many zooms because that's annoying and it takes a while to start up again. Gah! And I usually don't, like when I was doing a lot of the zoning for these cities, like that doesn't really happen a whole lot. It's when you're in the, what is task manager's not responding? That's not good. It's only when I get really demanding on the game, so new construction, new traffic pattern changes, all that crap comes in, so. I'm going to say third time's a charm here. Let's get rid of some windows. Sometimes the game just hates me. But you'll get to see my region for a third time, so that's good. And you can just skip through this on YouTube as well. Come on. Sometimes this thing just takes forever. What else? What else is in the SimCity world for news these days? I'm pretty active on the SimCity and SimCity 4 subreddits these days. So if you still want to like monitor progress outside of videos or the Simtropolis posts or whatever, I'm still there. Technically, I'm still a member of the NAM team, but I really haven't been involved too much in the official work going on there. What the heck is going on here? Is it my task manager that's dead? Is it my computer that froze? Wow! I love doing that crap. Reminds me of the old solitaire game. Let's start the task manager again. It says it's running. Oh, no, wait, not responding. Okay. I'm gonna try this. They're already saying it's not responding. That's pretty great. If this doesn't work, I'll probably end the video here. But look at these fun little doodles. Isn't that great? Isn't that exactly what you expected to see in this video? I don't know, maybe if I restart my computer then I'll... Whoa! Right when I thought about restarting my computer, something's happening. So let's increase the priority. You can see my CPU usage, my RAM usage is nowhere near maxed. So I've got this running on Core 8, I think. So Core 8 is SimCity 4. I think this is the open broadcaster thing. It's working a lot harder. Okay, as I said, third time's a charm. Come on. Nope, wrong city. I wanted to pick this one. That would have ended the video for sure, because these things take a while. Alright, and I've got stabilizing water pressure. Yeah, I've got water. I've got power. The ordinance. Yeah, I gotta put down those city ordinances. I gotta make sure that the garbage is collected. And got all that stuff set up. So let me do that. I am remembering some things as I keep loading these cities over and over again. There is progress being made, but again, I do apologize for the stupid crashes to desktop. I'll be easier with the zooms for the time being, so that I don't trigger a crash. What else? I gotta trigger the ordinances. I already changed the tax rates. I think I might just hit turbo speed for the growth, so you can finally see it, because I've been going on for half an hour now without actually seeing much growth. You haven't seen a completed building other than a used car dealership, so I want to make sure that you see at least, you know, something growing by the end of this video. But yeah, if you have any thoughts about my region or my planning style or whatever you want to talk about, feel free to give me a comment or send me an email, or, you know, do what the other people do, you know, like, subscribe, share, meme it. I don't really care. Whatever makes you happy is what's best. As long as you're not hurting anybody. That's kind of my philosophy on life. Just make sure you're happy, whatever you're doing with your life. Because you don't want, you know, if you're not happy, that's not good. So, just be happy. Okay, let's put on these things. One, what was it? Yeah, these things. Yeah, I don't have any of them triggered, so let's buy. I don't want to increase my industrial. That's how I didn't get too much office demand. And then just put on all this stuff, which helps reduce all this stuff. You've seen this from the City from Scratch series. I'm a cheater. I don't really care. I'm not going to put any kind of transit strategy on yet. I just like playing the game, seeing what grows and stuff. Besides, I'm still playing this game 2019, 16 years after the release, so... You want to blame me all I want for not playing the game by the rules? At least I'm still here. I said no zooming, and I already zoomed. Alright, one more zoom out. Please! Sometimes going to, like, the woods will help. I want to do one more zoom out. I'm sorry. Okay, no more. No more zoomies. And let's look at this industry. Make sure that the manufacturing base is destroyed. Die! Alright, I think that's good enough. There might be still a manufacturing building there, but that's okay. Alright, I've got 4,000 people already. I'm just going to slow it down a bit. Let's see where they've developed. So I do have some residences in the game somewhere. Ah, you can see some nice development here. I got a whole bunch of new mods and buildings installed since the City from Scratch series. Let's just follow these guys along. I'm gonna go fast. I'll take some screenshots as well. Just to document it for some pictures and stuff. You know, during the City from Scratch series, I was a screenshot junkie. Especially during the development phase. It's just cool to see something I've been working on for quite a while start to materialize a bit. So one of the reasons why I put in a half interchange up here, even though it's kind of close to the other one, is just to create a kind of a new rail crossing here. Yeah, this used to be where the used car dealership is. It's not any better this time. There's still a guy that's been deserted. I could rezone this, but you know what? I feel lazy. I'm just going to cover it with trees. Trees are further down. Happy little trees, some tree plops. Everything's so hard to scroll. The game's just running so slow because it's really taxed. I could turn shadows off, that might help. Okay, I need to zoom back out. In the middle of nowhere, wait a few seconds. Yeah, okay. And back to max speed. Got one lonely apartment building being constructed here for now. But I'm sure there'll be more that's coming in a little bit. Just look at all this traffic already. I might have to put in a subway network or at least some more bus stops or something soon, because just based on the visual representation of the traffic, there's quite a lot on the roads already. But a lot of them are buses, though. I guess that's good. Still doesn't help traffic congestion, though. See, zone all these. Obviously, for professional screenshots, or not really professional, but for my regular screenshots, I put in a bit better. Let's see if it develops a bit more. I want a 4x3, not 4 3x1s. 24,000, 30,000. We're climbing a little bit. What the heck happened here? Is this just another glitch? Or did I mess up my zoning and road building here? Looks like I messed up my zoning and road building here. Alright, it's been fixed up. Thank you, Brown Box, for drawing my eyes over here. Southport MKI. Cool. I will delete you for now. And zoom out. Shh, I don't want to do that. Already got crashes. Might do a save soon. Just because I'm so scared of just losing everything. And I might forget to set the ordinances on. That's a big building. Oh no! I thought I had these things fixed. That's another Southport. Weird. Do a screen cap here. We got one little lonely house right now, but it'll have a lot of company soon. And then the big road. Maybe I'll do some commercial zoning here. I don't know why I made it all residential. But I'm gonna do a quick save, because I really don't want another crash and have all this progress lost. Because I might forget to redo the ordinances, and that kind of suck a bit. Yeah, as you can see, most of the zones are for residential. So if there are some no job zots that come up, or just some strained residential growth, I might take some of these plots next to this big avenue, turn them into commercial zones. But the big city to the north has a lot of commercial vacancy. So once I reload those cities, I have to reload those cities, and they'll pick up the fact that there's now residents to the south, readjust their commute patterns, reload this city, and you'll see a lot more people coming through. But yeah, lots of cars. Oh, I zoomed in again. Sorry, just habit. It should be okay. I just saved. I'm feeling risky. All right, that worked. This road can handle the traffic load, though. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, good. You can see a lot more parcels are being developed now. It shouldn't get too dense with the medium density. These will go away. These people just don't know where they're going right now. Obviously, I've got a bunch of parks and stuff. I'm just move over to the side. That'll give me a nice screenshot. Do you see these things develop? It's like, where do all the construction crews come from? What's my construction workforce like in this city? They do all these projects at once? I don't know. It looks like they're going pretty good. Got some new diagonal housing and stuff too, so that's kind of neat. Some of these plots might need to be developed a bit more too. I'll check a look at the grids and those graphs and stuff in a bit. Basically, once things get covered with at least a little bit of density. Especially that whole area with all those weird zoning connections. That'll have to probably do a lot of rezoning on. Yeah, already seeing some traffic congestion, some crashes. Ah! Really? Are they all the same? First of all, why are you building so many of the same thing? Second of all, don't build like that. Do I not have a lot of medium density commercial or something? That's the wrong way. Zone. Got some cookie cutter apartments. Yeah, a little bit of repetition, but still pretty cool. Yep, already seeing some no job zots, but that's typical. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I will put in some dense commercial along this. I'm just thinking that that might be a little too few commercial zones. I'm just gonna rezone this whole plot. I know there's already development that's been done here. I'm sorry. The good thing is when I rezone, I don't have to worry about all those streets that come in. They just kind of see how there's a street there. Is that actually gonna get built? No. Just takes the pattern that was already there. And I'll keep this as residential, where the road narrows. I might see my population kind of go down because I did delete some things. See what the next update is. So right now I'm at 111,153. Things are really slowing to a crawl. What's the demand on my processors? Yeah, see, it's still pretty normal. I mean, this one's high because I'm doing recording and stuff, but the rest of it seems okay. It's just a lot. Yeah, no, the number's gone up. So this should help with some of the... Oh, wow, it's already growing pretty good. Look at that. That's all I really had to do. That should satisfy some of the job desirabilities. Bah! Get that stupid one that starts with an A again? Probably. It's like you forget one or two buildings. The game really lets you know about that. What's wrong with that? Oh, okay. Yeah, your road access is a sign. Not gonna work too well. What's the rail usage like now? It's probably even higher. No, it's gone down a little bit. Maybe people are just stopping here for work. Their traffic patterns are changing. Getting a little bit of taller buildings here, but it's still zoned just for medium density. One thing I should also mention is these intersections with all the turn lanes and stuff, they don't just look nicer, but they actually have a functional aspect. They do improve the capacity of the intersection a little bit. When you put in the dual turn lanes, it also helps. It's like those slip lanes, right? The slip lanes actually add a little bit of capacity too. They're just a little bit harder to build, with the double turn lanes. It's a bit more manual work, and obviously it kind of messes up your grid pattern if you want a big building next to it. So everyone on this side, of the north side of the tracks has some subway infrastructure. But let's get to that edge of the world road. Ooh, nice, something nice and here on an angle being developed. Anyone is curious what that's called, I'm gonna look because I'm curious too. Nat B325 Natra Apartments, 1380 medium wealth Sims live there. Kind of nice looking. Good job. That guy makes a lot of stuff. Uh-oh. The heck is this? That's a huge 6x6 zone. Hey, Misrap. Oh, that's a good play. Oh, I haven't seen the movie, but it's kind of weird. Let's see what happens when it fully develops. Fully done construction. Residential. If I do zoom in, the frame rate should get a bit better. The heck? I thought it'd be like a mansion or something. It's a trailer park. It's like the Trailer Park Boys with the little resident or whatever. That sucks. I'm gonna have to rezone this too, because that'll probably be one of, I don't really have a whole lot of 6x6 buildings, so that might come right back. Well, let's just put this back into 4 separate zones. City's filling in. 176,000 now. Still lots of room to grow. And like I said, this is the smallest section you can see on the mini map here, just how only about, what, 30% of the city, maybe not even that, that's actually slated for development. Got a big one here. Things are filling in. Lots more room for residential development. Once I load those other cities, they'll know that there's residential demand here, things will change, traffic patterns will change. All will be good. But they are filling in just as I let the game continue its run. While I wait, I can also just implement some new pieces of fun too. You can make some cool little turn lanes here. One-way roads. Oh, not prefab. I always go to prefab because that's just my normal go-to. So yeah, if I put that in, I'll put a tiny one in over here too. There's actually straight arrows that are marked on the avenue, which is kind of a neat little quirk, because whoever developed this on the NAM team, I don't remember who it was, smart enough to say, put the straight arrows in. It makes sense. It'll help remind people not to turn the wrong way on a one-way road. Well, maybe these turn lanes will help mitigate that those problems. Oh crap, I zoomed in again. All right, I'm gonna go to an undeveloped area. Wait a few seconds and try to avoid the crashing. No! No! Come on! Oh. Oh. Okay. We're okay. Doing okay. Am I making money again? No. No, I am. I am making money. I don't want to make too much money. Let's gut this. I'm still making some money. Let's get that. I'm still making money. Things haven't even been fully zoned yet. Alright, that's better. I'll run a little deficit for now. Obviously my expenses aren't a lot because I don't have a lot of subway and stuff. I got some properly growing areas. Let's fix that. Yeah, a lot of poor folks, a lot of low wealth residential will build in new cities, but as they stay in your city, they'll get educated. What is this? Southport, that one I already have documented. Alright, now let's see how many crazy Zots there are over here. Not too many. This one I might just film with some trees, maybe. So I feel a little lazy. And just read some of these ones. Oh no, it's a present box. Is it that Southport thing again? Alright. I got a little bit of work to do in the mods department. Let's take a quick screenshot. Looking at this nice neighborhood. Medium density looks good. There's some houses, there's some apartment blocks, townhouses, all kind of mixed in. To my surprise, there's not a lot of Zots in this area, at least yet. Things are kind of nestled in pretty well. Frame rate's struggling to keep up. Whenever the frame rate goes really low, I'm always scared that there'll be a crash or something. Across the 200,000 mark already. Oh, okay, here's some Zots. Let's take care of those. So let's put in, I don't know, let's do this and be lazy. Let's put in some forests. When you put in some new forests as well, that sometimes will lead to a whole lot of construction in the area. Because suddenly the value of the nearby areas become a bit more prosperous. But this is already a pretty well developed neighborhood. Oh no, there's some stuff taking off though. Oh, here we go. These are a bunch of roundabouts. You can't even see this one here. There'll be a lot of roundabouts in the other cities too. I'm hoping to do a video on each city as they kind of grow from the ground. Just double checking. Yeah. It's like 3 buildings that are just giving me a lot of flack right now. See how other things are doing in the city. Ooh, lots of repetition up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the same. Over here, it's almost like they almost look like warehousing from this side. Doesn't look too terrible, but there's a lot of repetition. A little too much for my liking, and I'm pretty lenient. I know some people like a lot of diversity, whereas I'm not as picky. Let's get everything developed first. And maybe I'll sneak in a few high density zones here and there to put in like a nice tall tower. Or put in some landmarks and stuff. This city really didn't have a whole lot of landmarks and stuff to start it off. The other cities will. This is a cool tall tower too. Not that tall, but for medium density it's pretty tall. It's called Jonga Estate. Oh, there's 2 of them. One just kind of came out of nowhere. 430 medium wealth people. Alright, some of these are starting to rebuild a bit. That's good. Oh! That one kind of outgrew its lot size. That looks pretty terrible. What's our rail usage now? 18,000, about the same as before. Again, all these traffic patterns will change once the city grows. Is that an extra zone there? I didn't even see that. It's just covered with some happy little trees. Yeah. Weird. Like the Southport buildings build on all kinds of different tiles. Like they build on like 4x3s, 3x3s. This guy doesn't have a car connection. Let's see if I can fix that. Coming up to an hour in the video. Don't want to go too much after an hour because I don't want to bore you guys too much, but hopefully you like what you saw. Before I end this, I will look at the stats. Maybe try another zoom out. So coming up to 300,000 now. And let's look at some of the data views. So this is the rough terrain of the area. You can see where it starts to get really mountainous. Obviously, that's where the development stops. It gets really shallow up here too. Interesting terrain pattern. Fire hazard. Most of the city's protected. I have an ordnance thing on that tries to prevent that from happening. Crime. 2 big police stations covers the whole thing. Education. These dumb people get smarter the longer they live in the city. Place is pretty desirable. Unless you're a farmer. Water, power. I'm not going to do zones because that like freezes everything. Here you can see the traffic problems. So this eastern area of the city has got a lot of traffic logs, and then this railway is operating very poorly. I might have to twin that. This avenue's taking a lot of pressure as well. Lots of pressure here too. But I think these are just from the adjacent cities. Some of these will get fixed up a bit. Other than the rail line though, I don't see anything that really needs to be tended to in terms of widening. Even the big road here, this one's getting some use. Where's it narrow? When it narrows, maybe I'll have to continue. It starts to curve. Maybe I can maybe I can widen it a bit to the curve. I don't know. But this area is pretty healthy. Let's look at the volume report. So heavy volume on the freeway, which makes sense. Lots of people commuting. Lesser volume on the edges. Heavy volumes on the arterials. Basically, were you expecting to see high volume? High volume is there, so that makes sense. On the evening commute, yeah, not much of a change. It's basically the opposite direction to get heavy. This area is pretty heavy. Obviously, it's a one-way road. It's not going to be busy the other way. Yeah, see how it's busy? This one's busy there. What's my train station capacity like? It's already overuse. That's great. Car traffic. I'm not going to go through all those. Not going to do zones. Land value I'm expecting is pretty high. Mayor rating, I've got like a cheat enabled for that. Average age should be pretty young right now, but they'll get old soon. Don't worry. Healthcare. Stop being sick. These are just new developments, I think. They'll get healthier as time goes on. Air pollution, pretty low still. A little bit of pollution in some of these congested areas. Maybe where there's like a lot of traffic congestion or whatnot. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that air pollution. That looks pretty good for now. Better not be any water pollution. Garbage is good, and obviously there's no radiation or anything, so that's good. Let's take a look at the graphs. We'll use a 10-year time scale. Kind of see where things go from nothing to everything. So crime's good. Commute time is leveling off at around 50 minutes. I guess that's not quite the best, but it's better than 200. Power is fine. Water should be fine. Air pollution is manageable. So that's good. Jobs have popped. So the big growth right now seems to be some kind of commercial. Which one is that? Really rich office space. So a lot of people, maybe I got some kind of weird mod or something that's increasing that too much. I'll have to take a look because that seems a little wrong based on the city that it's here right now. Or maybe I've got some couple buildings that have way too many commercial jobs. Those are probably some of my guesses. That's why it's good to look at these graphs every once in a while. Education. Kind of just shot right up to the cheat. Population, most people are in their 20s. Interesting. Life expectancy is almost at 100. Income's dropping, but as the poor folks get educated and there's better jobs available, they'll start making some more money. Income versus expenses. I can afford to run a deficit with no problems right now. Encourage some more development. Demand seems pretty healthy. Mayor rating is overinflated. Traffic volume. The car is obviously taken over. There's still quite a lot of pedestrian traffic though too, but that takes into account all the movements to the mass transit. So, yeah, the subway is still getting some decent use. The rail seems to be pretty stagnant. Probably because it can't grow because the lines are congested. We'll see. Ooh, what the heck's happening here? Thought I got rid of prop box. No. Maybe it's... That's not good. Alright. Can I... Weird. I'll check that out another time. Okay, there's a couple of no job zots. But I want to end the recording here so I can save before I lose all this progress, because the game can crash any second. And I've already gone over an hour. I really hope you guys enjoyed this with some commentary, seeing some growth. I know people have been asking for me to do some commentary, so found some time and kind of went through it. I'll do one more save, and I'll see if I can do... I'm going to see if I can do one more zoom out without crashing the game, and I'll kind of end it there. But yeah, I do plan to do more videos to talk over the development of those other cities. Obviously, those are a lot larger in tile, so as long as I don't get too many crashes, I might be able to dedicate about as much time to those, maybe even more. Maybe I'll come back and revisit this city after. It's very different from my building a city from scratch playthrough, where I actually did like little bits and pieces of a city at a time, whereas these are fully zoned, fully done. Yeah, so I'm gonna, in order for me to do this kind of thing, I'm gonna go over to the edge here and just zoom out one more time. Okay, so let's take a look at the city from this this height. Let's see if it doesn't die. Still lots of space left for development, mostly residential. Interesting that like whole blocks are left undeveloped, whereas the other ones are almost swallowed whole. And let's move up into town. Most of it, I think the majority of it's been developed now. That's cool. Yeah, there's less of those connection zots than I thought. Would you want to live here? Would you like living in this new city? Another screenshot while I'm up here in this zoom level. Cool. Yeah, I'll try and figure out what the heck's going on there too. Get rid of some of those dependency problems. Some of these overhang buildings don't look too good. I might delete them here. I want to see what's affecting all this crazy repetition. Ugh. But I mean, this is, you're seeing a raw growth. You're not seeing the final product. So as I end this gameplay, my population has jumped from 0 to about just under 400,000. Coming to 400,000 once it fills out nicely. Might be able to expand it to maybe 500,000 once the other cities are connected and everything's developed. Might even go up to 6. But we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. Thanks a lot for tuning in and watching this this video. Like and share if you want. If you don't, do what you want. Whatever makes you happy, right? I don't really care either way. But hopefully you spent some time, enjoyed my commentary. I'll be doing a few more of these over the next little bit. So yeah, I'll leave it there before I start rambling and whatnot. You know what I will do though before I end? I'm gonna try and do one more zoom out. If this crashes, I'm just gonna end and just whack. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, why is it being so nice to me? Come on. Frame rate's kind of crappy. Let's see if I can get one more zoom, one more look at this edge of the world. Basically what it is, between the wilderness and the hilly areas. Yeah, that's what I've got for this this city as it stands right now. I might convert some of this to higher density. Might do some extra road work, some tweaking, but I'm pretty happy with the way it kind of developed, for now anyway. Gonna see if I can get extra lucky. Go to the top zoom level. I'm just gonna go to the corner where there's absolutely nothing. Do one more zoom! Holy crap, it's gonna work! Alright. So there's the whole city tile as it currently stands. Do one more picture. Oh, it hasn't even fully rendered yet. When you're at this zoom level, it takes a little while for things to render. By taking a picture, it doesn't help. You can kind of see it kind of block. And yeah, that's where we are with everything. So I'm gonna go. Actually, I do have to go now because the cat's starting to chew on my cord for my headset. So can't do that. Okay, thanks so much. See you later.